I just hit my path to partnership achievement in 2 months. And I'm gonna show you how I did it so you can do it too. What's up streamers, it's Ashni. I'm all about helping you pursue your dreams and learn to stream. And sometimes, streaming gets hard. I know. Before I tell you exactly what I did to hit my partnership achievement, I have to tell you the difference between this person and this person.
But hello! Good morning! It is so awesome.
So I started streaming on Twitch in 2013 and I sucked at it. It took me 4 months to talk to my chat. I streamed to 15 people for 3 years. Good old Dota 2, such a great game to stream. Then I went full-time in 2015 because my friends were incredibly generous. But I still knew that something was missing. So after 6 months full-time, my sponsor actually called me on Skype and said, "There will be a lot of people who make it on Twitch, but it will never be you." No! Literally one of the most depressing and awful things that I've heard in my entire life. Because here's the thing. Most streamers, and myself included at the time, want this so badly. You honestly become kind of desperate for it. You get to this place where you want to give everything that you have and everything that you ever will be to Twitch. Which, side note, is like kind of unhealthy, so I don't really recommend that. But still, so many of us do it because it's a dream for so many of us to play video games for a living. It's actually way more involved than that though. I wish it was that easy. So this is why I do everything that I do now. It's because I know what that pain is like. I know what it's like to want this so desperately and to not understand what is missing. And I know what it's like to have people tell you you're never gonna see any success with this, even though it's your biggest dream. And I want to prevent that pain for every single one of you because I know that you can be successful on Twitch. I'm a big believer in the abundance mindset, which basically means that everyone can have all of the money, all of the success, all of the viewers, everything else that they need to achieve their dreams and their goals on this platform. I don't believe that streaming is a zero-sum game. I don't believe that there is just not everyone can make it on Twitch. That mentality, that's not me. That's not what I have. People used to say that to me and I was just like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. So I digress. Here's what I did to reach path to partnership achievement in 2 months. So the first thing that I did whenever that person told me that I would never make it on Twitch was I stopped streaming. I literally spent months on the couch, depressed, just eating, not really doing anything, and it was so terrible. It was awful. And eventually I was like, I feel terrible. And so I went to the gym and found podcasts and just started learning as much as I possibly could about content creation. All of these people, all of these podcasts that I was listening to, these YouTube videos, these books I was reading kept telling me to find a niche. And I was kind of like, what the freaking heck does that mean? I have what? What is a niche? But that's what I did. So I started searching for an underserved audience on Twitch. I actually took all of my interests and I wrote them down on a piece of paper and I put every single interest through this one question. Who would I be if I made all of my content online about this one thing? And the one that I ended up having the most content ideas for was actually streaming and how to stream. So I had my audience, which was streamers, and then I just started freaking making stuff for them. So I started the YouTube, I started the podcast, and we just got really consistent with both of those things. So because having a YouTube and a podcast for Twitch streamers hadn't really been done at this time, I generated a lot of authority because of that content. Developing this authority was incredibly important because whenever I came back, I was immediately at 40 plus viewers. However, that could have easily gone the other direction and not kept growing depending on what I actually started doing during the streams. So at this point, I knew that my audience was streamers. I knew that they were enjoying the content of me, like helping them stream. So that's what I started doing during the Twitch streams as well. And you can actually do this with any niche. It can be WWE, it could be cars, it could be mental health. Literally whatever you have a persistent interest in, you can bring it to Twitch. But you need to try to be the first mover of some specific, new, helpful kind of content. Because myself and all the other Twitch educators out there, like, we can tell you, have a good schedule and stream the good games, and here are all of these tips and tricks to help you get bigger and better, but you still won't outpace someone who just brings something new to the platform. The next thing that I did was I took consistency extremely seriously. I was never late for a stream, and I never skipped a stream. For 2 months straight, we were always live Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time without fail. This builds massive trust because people knew and could trust that I would actually be there. And I would constantly say this during the streams. I would say I am never late and I always show up to the streams. I do not cancel streams. I'm very serious about this. I'm very committed to you all and to getting our stream team. That way people knew how serious I was and they would take me more seriously because of that. The next thing that I did was I got very clear on the culture that I wanted to develop. So in my profile, I actually don't have a rules section. I don't have rules on my channel at all. Instead, what we have are stream values, and those values are a core set of beliefs that really drive everything that we do together. And then I look to specifically connect emotionally during the broadcasts. And this is why I say, whenever someone comes into your chat, don't just say, "Hey, how are you?" Instead, ask them a question that generates intimacy and develops a deeper connection. You can also talk about your struggles and your fears and your dreams and your hopes and all of these massive things, because people see themselves in you the more that you talk about yourself. And what you really are looking for during this whole thing of streaming is you're looking for those Me Too moments. You want people to feel like you and them have something in common, and that's really how you start to get super excited fans, right? The next thing that I did was I focused on being the focus of my stream and not letting a game provide the entertainment. So many streamers fall into this trap. Yes, video games are entertaining, but you don't want people to come to your stream just because you're playing a specific game. That absolutely happens, but the main reason that people come to Twitch isn't because there are video games here. It is not what made Twitch explode. If people want to watch video games, they can go to freaking YouTube, or they can play the game themselves. People come to Twitch for the community. You are the captain of the ship. You should be the focus of the stream. If you're relying on the video game to do the entertaining for you, you are missing literally 90% of what streaming is. It's about connection, it's about community, it's about the broadcasters, you sharing your life. So the next thing I did was, and I kind of went over this one already, I asked deeper questions than "how are you?" Ask questions that generate intimacy and look to connect emotionally with people at a human level. Don't be afraid to be sad or crazy or funny or out there or whatever. Just be you. But I'm a big believer that authenticity comes from putting yourself into vulnerable situations while you're streaming. And being vulnerable is really freaking hard, right? It is so difficult to be vulnerable whenever you're just staring at a camera. This is so freaking weird. Hello, are you there? I don't know if you got a little flash of it, but I'm definitely wearing sweatpants right now. Huh, what's up? Another thing I did was that I let people be part of what I was doing. Honestly, there is no freaking way I could do everything that I do if I didn't have an amazing content staff behind me. And the way that you get people super interested in helping you is whenever they know that you're doing something freaking awesome and helpful for other people. Because my content is so heavily based around having a mission on Twitch and helping streamers, a lot of people resonate with that mission. And so they were like, "Hey yo girl, let me help you." And I was like, "Hey yo, okay." I also purposefully grew my confidence and projected my beliefs out during the streams. You are missing so much of streaming if you're just showing up, talking about your favorite TV shows, your favorite animes, and playing video games with people. It's so important to put your beliefs out there because people identify as the things that they believe in. So if you want them to identify as a member of insert your community name here, well, they freaking need to know what that community believes and they need to believe those same things. I also never said no, which like has some super awkward implications. It's not sexual, guys, calm down. If someone wanted something, I was down for it. I consistently said, like, yes, I will host you. Yes, I will co-stream with you. Yes, you can come on the podcast. Yes, you can do this. Yes, we can co-stream together. Yes, we can collab together. Yes, I will work with your company. Yes, we will do this. All of that stuff is super important for like building connections, getting yourself in front of new audiences, getting more experience, and it also builds your authority. And another thing I did, I don't know if you can tell during this whole freaking video, but I let my passion show. My streams are absolutely not chill streams. They're not about me just sitting in front of a camera, smiling, and just being very relaxing. My streams are bananas. Streaming gives me passion and energy and light and excitement, and I want that energy to come out of me and go into the camera and use the camera as a vesicle to get inside of the people that are watching. Because I know when I get passionate, that allows other people and inspires and motivates them to get passionate about stuff as well. Seeing someone be passionate, that little like spark, that fire in their eye is exciting, it's alluring, it's attractive. You know how the rule in a lot of streams is don't promote yourself? That's not a rule for us. I actually actively encourage streamers to come in and self-promote. And I know this might like break some little brains out there, but I truly have an abundance mindset. I don't have a scarcity-based mindset. I don't believe that just because someone else talks about their stream in my stream, that all of my viewers are going to leave and go over and watch them. I don't think it's rude, and I don't find it weird at all. Granted, we're not about like drive-by self-promotion, so people who we don't know just coming in and dropping a link and running away, that's still very frowned upon in our space. But we actively encourage people to go and follow and watch others all the time. I ask multiple times during the streams for people to share their stream links, talk about their streams, talk about their goals. Maybe if somebody is close to a goal, I'm like, hey, let's go help them hit this right now while we're live. We're doing it right now. Letting people that have the same passion as me talk about their passions in my stream just makes sense. Honestly, I'm kind of like to the point now where, you know, you do you, of course. But why the heck is no self-promotion a rule in so many channels? It just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna tell you all right now, a massive part of streaming is your mindset. You can watch videos about gear and tech and awesome setups all day, but they do not make up for you just not having a good mindset. Also, you can't out-graphic a bad personality. But I digress. If there is one tip that I can give you, it's to leave your mindset of scarcity and instead grow a mindset of abundance. There are more than enough resources, viewers, opportunities, subs, money, whatever you want to do to make literally every single streamer full-time. But you won't see it, and it won't happen for you if you don't actually believe in it. And I'm not talking about like hopefully, I'm not talking about hope, belief. And I know like this sounds cliche AF, right? But I've been listening to a book lately that really nails this subject. That book is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now this isn't just about money, okay? Because richness can mean so many things. You can be rich in opportunities, relationships, health, happiness, etc., etc. I'll put a link to that book below because it's honestly just so good. I'm like 3 chapters in and it's kind of like, this might be the best book I've ever read. Ha! Cool. So that's what I did. If you want my help with streaming, head over to Patreon. Maybe I can help you get partnered like the other people that I'm working with. There's some coaching and group coaching stuff over there. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! I'm a big believer. What are you doing? Maybe.
I don't want to be on it.